This is called recording. I think we're good here. The last thing we need to set here is who do we want to be members of this queue? Who are the people that are going to answer calls out of this queue? The easiest way is just say member. Okay, we're going to make Dottie. I can't remember which phone is which now here. We'll do Dottie 1 and SIP/phone 1. Except I need these on separate lines. Now I'm going to do a quick test and see if which phone I have. I may swap this with. Okay, so you're 6001. So I'm going to make this Dottie 2. Okay, so that this phone that I have and the SIP phone here are both agents, and Sean's going to be calling in from the outside world. Sound good? All right, so now let's try this. Now that we've got that built, we'll do queue reload. Reload all. There we go. Okay, and then we can do queue show sample. And it shows us that random strategy, 0 hold time, 0 talk time, that Dottie 2 hasn't taken any calls yet. SIP phone 1 is not in use. And now we go into our dial plan. We'll make our queue 6701. So we want to answer the call. Place them into our sample queue. Pretty easy, right? Sure, let's give it a shot here. We don't have customer support, I'm sorry. That easy to make a call queue. You didn't believe it was going to be that easy, did you? Question over here.
So what if your queue support people come in at random times and they're not always there, so they want to be able to just dial in and become part of the queue? Is that possible?
Yeah, agents? Sure. So the first thing we have to do is set up a bunch of agents. We're going to do this in a configuration file called, who said that over there? Who was it? Who was it? All the way in the back. Oh! Underestimated my own strength there, sorry. All right, so we're going to edit, believe it or not, agents.conf. And again, we're going to have a general section that we're going to ignore. And then we have this section down here called agents, where we define who our agents are. In this case, we're going to say agent. We'll give them numbers of 6001 and 6003, or 6002 and 6003. Pin numbers of 9999, again, just for simplicity's sake. So this is Bob. Actually, that wasn't Bob, that was Betty. And this is George. Oops. Oops, if I don't hit F1 there. So now I've got these two agents. Yeah, 3. I love when people tell me when I make mistakes. It's great. Okay, and now I can do it. Agent, reload. I think it was agent. Okay, let's just do a general reload. That'll take care of it. And now I've got two agents. Neither of them are logged on. Okay. The next thing we need is an application that we could log them in from the Dialplan. All right. So let's go back into our extensions. And let's make 6700 here. The agent login application. And the way this is going to work is, with this particular type of agent, is they're going to log in and they're going to stay on the phone, and as new calls come in, they'll hear a beep, and then they'll be connected to that caller. They can press the pound key to hang up on that caller, or the star key, I can't remember. I think it's star, actually, to hang up on that caller. Then they'll hear hold music until the next call comes along, then they'll hear a beep. Okay? So we've got that. And now we go back into our queues.conf. Where's queues.conf? And now instead of statically assigning these as members, we can just say agent 6002. Can't type. Agent 6003. Oops. 3. So now they're agents. If they're logged in, they're going to take calls. If they're not logged in, they're not. Okay. What's that? Logged in. Well, they're logged in, and once they log in, they're a member of all the different queues that they're a member of. There's other ways that you can use. There's Dialplan applications of queue add member and remove member and pause member and unpause member. So you could create extensions to add and remove yourself from different queues. But by default, if you're logged in as an agent, you're available for all the queues you're a member of. So you don't have to log in separately to each different queue. Okay. So I'll do a reload here. That'll reload everything. It's a little overkill, but it works. Now if we do agent show, nobody's logged in. Now let's log in. What did I say that was? 6700? Ah, do you see my problem there? Somebody said, of course. Priority number 3, give that guy a piece of chocolate. He's got quick eyes. Did everybody see that? So what was the mistake I made? I didn't start with priority number 1. So it went 1, 2. Oh, this is a different extension, but I didn't start with 1. Oops. Good call. Dialplan reload. 6700.
Agent login. Please enter your agent number followed by the pound key.
So George here is going to log in as 6003.
Please enter your password.
Enters his password. Now he's logged in. Hold here and hold music. Now when the caller calls in, 6701. What's that? I did. No, it's still there. Hello? Can you hear me now? All right, go ahead and hang up. And I'm logged in and ready for the next call. Right. And then, as soon as I want to log out, hang up.
This application and the way that you use it, how you interface that to, for example, your screen as an agent in front, popping up with information for a customer or whatever. To have an idea, I don't want you to dig into an SQL-based.
Sure. Here's the easy way. Okay. The easy way is to call. Well, I'll do it just from a different extension here. For somewhere in there. Now, in the case of a queue, you'd have to set up a special thing so that when someone calls into a queue, when their call gets answered, it goes and does some other things before it joins the two calls together. And that's a little more complicated than we want to get into. But basically what you want to do here is call the system application and then call a program running on the Astra server that then goes and takes care of the screen pop. And there's different applications out there that do that. But basically you're just going to run and signal to a program to say, hey, you take care of doing the screen pop. It's not something built into Asterisk. You're just calling an external program. Does that make sense? You pass the program that you want to run. So if you wanted to run like Perl, user local bin test.pl.
The customer calling just, let's say, type in the DSMF, the credit card information. This can be kept in a variable that can be passed to this.
Absolutely. In fact, should we do that? Since we talked about variables a little bit, should we talk a little bit more about how to do that sort of thing with variables? Let's do a credit card number capture. How's that sound? 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 2 3 3 3 3 4 4 4 5. Sure. It expired last month. But we'll use it as an example. Okay, it begins with 45. 45, 45, 3 2 3 9 7 9 3 2. Yeah, right. Okay, we'll make this, sure, 6800. So let's play back some sort of a sound prompt. And since I don't have a good one, we'll just use the weasels for now. We can use the read application. In fact, let's just do it with just the read application. The read application does, you pass it a couple of different parameters. The first parameter is, what's the name of the variable that you want it to create? So we're going to say ccnum for credit card number. Okay? The second thing we do is say, what sound prompt do you want to play? In this case, we'll play the weasels. Okay? And that's going to play that sound prompt, and whatever we enter, it's going to save it as a variable called ccnum. You can overtype it just like background. And then we'll call the say digits application just to read that back to us. Does that make sense? Now there are more parameters to the read application. You can say I'm looking for 16 digits, and if they go 4 seconds without typing a digit, then start back over, and those timeouts and those sorts of things. But in its simplest form, you pass it a variable name, a prompt name. If you wanted to concatenate a couple of different prompts together, you could do that with the ampersand. All right? So in this case, it's just going to read that number back to us, and then we'll just say, go back to priority number 1. Okay? Should we give it a shot?
Weasels have eaten our phone system. Hello, world.
Hold on, got to get my credit card out here. So that started back over. Just another line in the dial plan. You know, it's just. So are you starting to get the idea of just how flexible and how easy the dial plan is? It really is. It really is pretty powerful.